When you're driving, the car in front of you, behind you, and on either side could turn reckless at any moment. It would be in your best interest to understand this. If you drive assuming that everyone is attentive, no one is looking down at their phone, no one is drunk, everyone is going to follow the rules, you'll be in for a surprise. So you have to practice situational awareness. You're driving for four cars in front, behind, and on both sides. This is not about cars. Whilst this is something you learn in defensive driving courses, this is not about cars. In life, you can't walk around assuming that people around you are acting in good faith. They can't possibly do you like that. They're not capable of doing you like that. There are many reasons why people can turn into bad actors. Sometimes they're pushed into it, sometimes they're manipulated into it, sometimes they are conscious of what they're doing. They're evil, they're cruel, they're malevolent. You can't walk around assuming that people are not doing that. You need to work on risk mitigation. And the first thing is being financially independent. I know there's this push for a provider man. You can turn off your brain around him. He takes care of everything. He pays all the bills. You don't even know where the mortgage is being paid. You don't know how the car note is being paid. You know nothing. Whilst that sounds good, remember what I said. Any driver in any car can turn reckless at any moment. I'm not saying they're already reckless. They can turn reckless. People were reckless from the beginning. You see a car swerving all over the place, you know, I need to stay away from this car, or I need to get off the road, or I need to call someone. There are situations in which people change. That is where the biggest issue happens. Everything was good, and then all of a sudden, that provider is starving you. Because if someone can feed you, they can starve you. All of a sudden, they're not buying food, they stop paying on your car note, they stop whatever it is, right? These are just examples. These are examples of things I've heard being said in videos on here. People saying I was a stay at home wife and then we're getting a divorce. I don't even know where the mortgage was being paid. I don't know how much was paid, how much equity we now have. I know nothing. And that's disheartening. It's crazy to me that we're normalizing things like this. There's nothing good about that. So, risk mitigation is about accepting that people can change. It's not assuming they will change, it's knowing that people can change. And if they do change, you will be good. If, not when, but if they do change, you will be okay. So you need to practice defensive driving with your life. This applies to anything. You could be in a business partnership with someone, everything is going well, suddenly they turn. It's not just about relationships. You could be working a job, sacrificing every living minute at that job. Next thing, the company closes or you lose your job. Anything can change at any moment for whatever reason. The point of this video is not to point out what is cruelty and what is not. I am talking to you because you're the one experiencing the life, the ripple effects of whatever change has happened in a person, in an organization. Anything can turn reckless any second. And how I'm using this word reckless is to mean you are on the receiving end of damage, whether it was intended or not. Practice defensive driving with your life. Don't play games. Don't play games. My gift to you is my 4-in-1 Real Talk package, which has my 4 best real talks, where I'm talking about understanding male psyche, getting what you want in life, healing, and dealing with difficult people. Practice defensive driving in your life. These real talks are sharpening your self preservation instincts, because that's where we all get it wrong. If you don't sharpen your self preservation instincts, you're not going to see when you're in danger or when a situation can turn bad or when someone is starting to turn reckless. You can't always anticipate people changing, but you need to see the signs that something's about to happen and I need to get out of the way. That's self preservation instincts. Planning for situations in which those things could happen, it's not assuming it will happen, it's just planning. If this happens, I have this safety net. If this happens, I have this. If this happens, I have that. This is important. And if you're a woman like me, we have a lot to lose. We are vulnerable in a lot of ways. You have to practice defensive driving with your life. You can't walk around saying they wouldn't do me like that. Anyone is capable of anything. Just like you are capable of anything, anyone is capable of anything. You might have things that you know for sure you would never do, but you can never say that for another person because you don't live in their head. You can never say this person would never do that. Yes, you know them. Yes, you can say, from what I've noticed, I don't think they would do XYZ, but you can never say 100% for sure they would never do this. Because you're not in their head, you're not with someone 24/7. So once you understand that, you need to practice self preservation instincts. So if you haven't listened to my real talks, listen to them and start putting precautions in your life that show that you are actually sitting at the throne of your life, not hoping and wishing, but sitting at the throne of your life. Thank you for joining me. The name is Chido. I'm your personal emotional intelligence detective, always keeping it real. Subscribe, follow. See you next time.